Big birds, planes, not a good combination at an airport.
That's why the Salt Lake International Airport is growing a new crop to try and get rid of them. And tonight we take you inside the story of chasing out the rodents at the airport. Dan Rascon is with us now. What do rodents really have to do with an airport?
Yeah, good question there. It all has to do with the food chain. That's what we're talking about. Grow a crop that chases out the rodents, which then gets rid of the birds. And for the airport, less birds means less danger to pilots.
04, runway 16 left, clear for takeoff.
Air traffic safety is a top priority here at the Salt Lake International Airport.
Runway 16 left, Delta 1189.
But who would ever think
5, 6, 7.
these little plants could play a major role in keeping planes safe?
We have mustards here, we have safflower, we have some canola.
Here in this 2-acre experimental site, teams from Utah State, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and the Airport Wildlife Division are working together to plant a crop that will get rid of rodents.
Plant material that they don't like.
So what do rodents have to do with planes? Rodents bring in birds, and large birds and planes are not a good mix.
A 3-pound bird can do considerable damage to an aircraft if it's ingested in the engine.
We've seen from news stories and pictures on the web just what birds can do to a plane, especially when they are sucked into the engine. The most famous case, 2009, when a jet ended up in the Hudson River after hitting a flock of geese.
We routinely trap and relocate 400 to 500 raptors every year.
The problem is every time they trap 30 birds, another 30 return. That's where Utah State and agriculture experts come in.
We've selected species that we think that will not attract rodents.
They're experimenting with plants that would grow in such an environment and at the same time force the rodents to flee.
We think that this has potential because not only would it work at this airport, it might work at other airports.
This is a project that's going to take some patience. It's not like they're going to know by the end of the summer whether or not this actually works. They say it could take at least 2 years. This crop could also provide another benefit, diesel fuel.
We're able to use a crop that has good oil content and has lots of promise for biodiesel.
A new kind of air traffic safety plan coming from the most unusual place.
Try to think outside the box and whatever we can do to make the habitat as unattractive as possible.
Now, right now, crews are planting 19 different species of crops in that 2-acre plot. If it's successful, then they will start planting in other key areas. But we are talking about 5,000 acres of open fields here, so this is just the beginning of what's to come. For more information on this story, you can go to our website, KUTV.com, and click on Inside the Story.
I didn't realize they trapped so many birds over the course of a year.
I didn't realize that either, and they're talking about some pretty huge birds, and those birds can get, do some damage on those planes, and that's what they're worried about.
All right, Dan.